discussion here. I'm going to allow everyone that wants to speak, but I would appreciate refraining from speaking, making noises either for or against what the individuals are speaking to. This is a democratic forum. Allow free speech, allow the citizens to be heard, and once that's concluded, we will take a vote. All right? Who would like to speak next? Please come forward.
My name is Chris. I live at Beach Daily Road. I grew up in Taylor. Grew up here. I moved out for 15 years and moved back here in 2011. I'm a resident of Taylor, and I don't recall ever the bars. I'm supposed to speak to you? Okay.
Please.
Yes, okay. I don't remember the bars and liquor stores ever being on a ballot in any store, in any city. I feel that's irrelevant, but that's okay. All right. No one in Taylor is struggling or hurting to find pot, not today or in the future. I have evidence right here proving that there are a lot of pot stores surrounding Taylor. People can get their pot from these places. There are 2 in Inkster, 2 in Lincoln Park, 8 in River Rouge. I overheard someone in the hallway saying, everywhere you turn, you see a pot store. And that is very, very sad for children, I think. Wayne has 4, Belleville 1, Westland 1, Detroit has many, 21 plus. And also 3 are email or by phone. So, I do notice that pot stores are located in cities with lower incomes and less than favorable images. Just my humble opinion. Their buildings are outdated, roads are bad, there's vacant lots attached to closed businesses. The environment of the cities kind of feels dismal. And Taylor, luckily, has been seeing some wonderful improvements in their community. About 1 mile of Inkster Road is brand new and expanded. Eureka has a nice new huge sign that says Eureka Way. Party Road has been redone in some areas. Northline got a total redo about 20 years ago. And even my street, Beach Daily, was gutted and redone, like 2 miles of it. It was wonderful. And now, brand new high school is coming soon. I want to say just today I was at the Canton Library by my work and happened to pick up this Metro Parents magazine. And I breezed through it looking for any woke crap, I call it.
Ma'am.
Well, okay, sorry.
Please.
Okay, any silliness. Okay. I did not see any. I did notice this nice little article about the Taylor Conservatory and Botanical Garden. The article praised Taylor's nice gardens on Northline Road. The city of Taylor has seemed to withstand the test of time and seems to still be a family-friendly community. Installing pot stores will only benefit the pot sellers and the pot consumers. I know a longtime pot smoker. He tells me the cost of pot has gone way down because of all the competition. The competition being, 1, pot stores trying to outdo one another. 2, the fact that people can grow pot at home now. Taylor getting any great financial benefit from these proposed pot stores just doesn't seem realistic, in my opinion. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe a few bucks.
I would ask that you wrap up your answer.
Okay, please don't build pot stores in Taylor so we can continue to enjoy our traditional community. Thank you.
Ma'am, please come forward. Remind the audience, please keep no comments. If you'd like to speak, you can go out into the each room. Please go right ahead.
Good evening, members of council, Chair. Christy Kelly, SOZO 23751 Hoover. I just wanted to address a couple things. First of all, I heard a couple people speak tonight and talk about this issue about whether or not pot shops should be allowed in Taylor or not. And I'd just like to remind everyone that that's not the purpose of this meeting today or this forum, because the public has already voted on that over and over again. And on Prop 1 and legalization alone, there was a 64% yes vote in the city of Taylor in support of adult use marijuana, the campaign to regulate cannabis like alcohol. And in that vote, 13,000, assuming that the 21,112 voters who participated in that election voted according to even percentages, roughly 13,511 people in Taylor voted yes, and approximately 7,600 people voted no. That is a difference of 5,911 votes in support of this issue. So my comment is really about the concerns that Councilwoman Clayton brought up about the advertising in the billboard. All billboards that are posted in the state of Michigan are sent through a rigorous approval process where the Cannabis Regulatory Agency oversees and approves all billboard content before the billboard companies are able to post them. So hopefully that gives you some frame of reference about the degree of rigor that the companies are upheld to. I also wanted to address some of the comments about the 2,500 feet, because in meeting after meeting after meeting, this council and the planning commission all tried to understand what the 2,500 foot buffers did and the number of parcels that qualified. And meeting after meeting after meeting, we heard this group and the planning commission repeat over and over again that there were no qualifying parcels. There were no conforming parcels. And so the premise of holding to just the pure language of 2,500 feet is inconsistent with the will of the voters because it is not actually actionable or enforceable. If you pass this ordinance with just the plain 2,500 feet setback, then what effectively you're passing is a no for any cannabis, and that is deeply inconsistent with the will and the voting patterns of the citizens of Taylor. So I would just ask that in consideration of that, the very thoughtful deliberation of this group and the planning commission and the members of this audience who have been weighing in over the months be taken into consideration. 2,500
If I could ask you to wrap up.
Yes,
You're at
sir.
3 minutes.
Is in the ordinance, and the carve-outs and the accommodations that are being made only make this ordinance actionable and consistent with the will of the voters. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir?
Thank you, Council. My name is Don Sellers. I'm a citizen of Taylor. I know that it's been a lot of debate on how far you should have the space between the establishments. I'd like to mention here, I moved from Seattle, and once they legalized the marijuana, they started having more problems with car accidents. So I'd like to read a little bit about what I found out from there, just to give the council and the rest of the audience a heads up, I guess, on what happened in Seattle and Washington State. I don't want to see happen.
I would like you to be germane to what is before us, which is allowing recreational marijuana to be sold in Taylor. The issue of whether or not marijuana is safe and or legal has already been decided that it is legal in the state.
So it cannot be discussed what's safe or not safe?
I don't believe that is germane. We're talking about whether or not we're going to allow recreational marijuana sales in the city of Taylor.
All right, then, I have nothing else to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Please come forward.
Hi, my name is Tina Grundy, and I'm here just on behalf of the children to be able to just represent the schools and the churches. And we know that when there are laws made, that we have to abide by those laws. My husband just recently had cancer, and I know we're not going into all that, it's already been voted on, but it does cause major psychosis. I was an emergency room nurse, and I know that different things are not FDA regulated. You look up all kinds of different things. So I don't see a problem in there being so many places that you can get it, as it's already been said tonight, and why we can't restrict this where it's supposed to be restricted at, is the 2,500 feet, so that we can protect our children and our families.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Please come forward.
Virginia Schroeder, Melody Lane and Taylor. As with everything, always the devil is in the details. You've all seen me here on several occasions, and I do have 3 very quick comments. First of all, I want to say that you all have put a great amount of thought and time and effort into making the required changes to our city's 2 ordinances. It's been done in such a way that they appear to remain true to the language and to the intent of what we as the time goes on, we'll continue to be able to